Unfortunately, there are some people who misread the Declaration of Independence in a multitude of different ways. But there are a lot of social studies teachers out there, for example, who will read the line that Jefferson penned, all men are created equal. And then they'll say, but the Continental Congress didn't mean to include women, or it didn't consider African Americans to be men. And, this passage clearly disproves that.
Yeah,
Jefferson is
that's
asserting.
world-class nonsense.
Yeah, well, it's common. I mean, it's commonly dispensed in American classrooms, unfortunately. The question of Jefferson as a slaveholder, I think in some ways it sort of misses the headline. I mean, slavery obviously is so utterly shocking for us. I think it's fair to say that it's incomprehensible to us. We can't imagine a world where some people would own other people. We can't imagine being owned by someone else. We can't imagine owning someone else. So thankfully, it is shocking to us, but it was so normal, not just in America, but everywhere in the 18th century. And it was so normal for Thomas Jefferson that his very first memory as a 2-year-old is being carried on a pillow and looking up into the face of a man who his family owned. And his last dying request was sort of making eye contact with an enslaved man and asking for his pillow to be adjusted when he was on his deathbed. I mean, so this was an all-consuming world, and it's not a shock that a political leader in the 18th century would own slaves. What is really stunning, and I think incredibly commendable, is that same man, Thomas Jefferson, would emerge as the leading critic of slavery of his generation. I mean, he made more proposals to try to chip away at the seemingly impenetrable edifice of slavery than any other office holder of his era. And this is just one of the examples of the things that he tried to do.
I would go even further than that, right? Because slavery is not only the norm in the 18th century in America, slavery is the norm in human history. And yet, Jefferson in 1776 writes what I think is the most powerful and important sentence ever written, the all men are created equal sentence. And within 7 years, slavery is gone.